Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You beautiful, loyal, three creatures, you. But for the ones that are new here, and most likely you are, hi, my name is Monica, but you can call me Moni or even Miss Aborted because this mess over here has survived an abortion. But I will tell you about it in another video because today we are here to create a couple of looks using the still kind of new Huda Beauty Rose Quartz eyeshadow palette. It looks so nice on natural light as well. Sorry about that, I get easily distracted. But also, as you can see from the title, we are here to rant about some of the shades in this palette and the inability of the brand to communicate successfully with some of the regular customers like me and you guys. Anyways, if you want to hear my new thoughts on this palette and also to see how I created this look and to be inspired to create some different types of looks using this palette, keep on watching. We are starting off with Aura, and I'm placing the shade in the outer portion of my crease, and then slowly in window wiper motions I'm gonna start to bring the shade towards the middle and almost front part of my crease. When I'm happy with my shade, actually shape, I'm gonna take Gratitude and I'm gonna start blending the previously placed shade. And because I always strive for perfection when it comes to blending my eyeshadows, I'm gonna bring another eyeshadow which is called Radiate on another Real Techniques essential crease brush, and I am going to keep on blending until almost my brow bone. And that is it for my crease with all the mattes. And now on my beautifully manicured finger, I'm gonna take one of the shades that is making this palette being worthwhile, and that is called Blissful. Unfortunately, this shade cannot be shown how beautiful and shifty it is. It looks really one-dimensional, but guys, it's really beautiful in person. And then I'm gonna take Aura once again and I'm gonna blend it into that shimmer that we've placed before. For my under eye, I took a really simple approach. I just took Aura, I blended it out with Gratitude, and at last I took Radiate on a pencil brush. I kept on blending those shades, and then I brought that gentle and soft shade, taupey shade, into the inner portion of my under eye. So this is the finished first look, guys, and I finished my full face. And if you're interested of any of the products that I'm using for this look or any of the rest of them that I'm going to show you today, make sure to check the description box below. There is everything there. I'm gonna link exactly what I've used for the first, second, third, fourth look, so I'm even writing it down so I won't forget if you're interested in anything that I'm using. But I just wanted to mention that the lipstick that I'm wearing right now is from Eldridge, and also the lip liner in the shade Velvet Muse, and I think these two are perfect for this palette because like all of the tones are matching with this lip color. So what I wanted to say that you see, like it's already been like around 15 to 20 minutes since I did my base makeup, and I've noticed that the colors are blending even more seamlessly on their own because they're blending within the skin. I also put some setting spray, and that is also helping out for the colors to blend more. But I can see that they are oxidizing in a way. They're becoming a little bit darker and more plummier. That plummy undertone is coming out. So definitely, if you wanna come out with a brown look, if you have a similar skin tone to mine, I don't think that you will be able to do that, even though the base that I've used for the eyeshadows was pretty light and bright, and I still didn't achieve that. Maybe if you're lighter tone that I am, you will be able to, or if you're using less of that Aura shade. So even though these shades are looking pretty brown looking, then definitely even when you're swatching them, they're looking pretty pinky on the skin, or more like plummy based. So let me show you also Radiate. These are all three tones that I've used, and now when I'm swatching them, they make more sense why the look turned out the way that it did. This look actually reminds me of the look that I've created with the Climax palette. which is kind of interesting, but that was like more towards brown plummy, and this is plummy. But I'm still enjoying this look for sure. It's something that I would wear when I'm meeting with my friends or maybe on a date night, but definitely not something that I'll wear to the office because I think it's too strong for the people that are judgmental. Now let's continue for the second look, and for the second look I will really try to do something gentle. So let's go. For this look, I already went ahead and I did one of my eyes because I have an interview in about an hour and I wanted to try to create something gentle and light with this palette because so far I was not successful, and I definitely have given up on the idea of me trying to create something that is not purple, because even in my free time I've tried and I just use this shade Gratitude, and I've just blended out with Radiate in order to try to keep it as brown as possible. It didn't work out. Then I tried to use just Aura and I blended out with Radiate. Still didn't work out. Somehow the longer you have these shades on your eye, the more purple tone is appearing with time. So for today I just wanted to go ahead and do something pretty safe, on the safe side, because I'm gonna have an interview. So this is the look that I'm going with, and even this look can be a little bit too colorful for work maybe, or a little bit edgy, but I think it is passable. So first things first, I took a Real Techniques brush. What a surprise, right? That is called Essential Crease Brush, and I went into Happiness. And then I just applied it in the outer corner of my crease. I've placed it and immediately started to blend it, and later I will intensify it. So first I want to create a soft and gentle blend. Then I'm gonna go ahead into getting more of that shade and then just like tap the shade in the inner portion of the outer V of my crease. Does that make any sense? So I am bringing this color or dragging it with whatever is left over on that brush till somehow the middle portion of the crease, and this is where I will stop. Then I will take another Real Techniques brush. This is the base shadow brush that looks similar to the previous one, but it's a little bit fluffier, and I'm gonna go into the light baby pink color here that is called Cherish. This eyeshadow is an eyeshadow that I have some problems with, and it's the reason why I've tried to communicate with the shop here where I bought the palette. It is also Huda Beauty chain shop here in China, but unfortunately I didn't end up exchanging nor returning or refunding this palette because there is an issue. The more I'm using this shade Cherish and the more I'm using now Happiness as well, I'm noticing they have the same issue, which is they have like this tiny little creepy bumps in it. I don't know if you can tell. Later I will take a closer shot or closer video of it, and I'm gonna pop it somewhere here. And I don't know what it is, like the more I'm using it, the more like kind of grainy things are appearing, like speckles of sand or something. It's just weird. And you know, like you're paying $67 for this palette, so you want to have the full experience, right? You don't want these shades to start like falling apart. Okay, and as you've seen, like I've finished applying that baby pink, and with whatever I had left on this brush, which is almost nothing, I started gently to drag it in the outermost part of the previously placed shade in order to kind of connect them and then blend out the previous shade as well. So now I'm gonna go back into that Happiness shade with the previous brush that I've used, and then just like reapply the intensity because we want to bring up a little bit of color and a little bit of darkness in the outer corner, but not too much that it still won't be considered to be a gentle look. Okay, so the next thing that I did was I was using my fingers. My nails are short, so I can exploit that. That is my favorite way to apply any kind of shimmer, because you can get the most shine. And I went into this quartz shade that is considered to be soft shimmer, and definitely it is soft marble shimmer, and definitely it's pretty soft. And I've applied it almost on most of my lid. It's like maybe 2/3, and I just left this corner out. And you see this shade is really gentle, it's really soft. It doesn't have that much shine, like bam, to like blind a person, which is not that bad. So we are going now in the next shade, which is this duochrome pinky towards golden shade that is called Joy. Did I mention? I'm not sure. And then I'm gonna start applying it in the outer V, also with my finger. You can use a brush as well, but I feel like for the time's sakes, I'm just gonna use my finger. It is a lot faster. And then I'm gonna start also bringing it towards the middle of my lid, put it on top of the previously placed shadow, so we can get a beautiful blend. And from duochrome we are creating like kind of a multi-chrome, because now you can see the orange shift into the golden and then into that pinky shift as well. And for my inner corner, I went into Self-Love, and I just like put my brush all over the place. Self-Love is one of those shades that is pretty flaky, and you really need to be careful with them, especially if you do your face makeup first. So I'm just applying that in my inner corner as a gentle highlight type of a shade. So for my under eye, I went into Happiness on a Eco Tool brush, and Eco Tool brush is the same brush that I used for my inner corner. That was the pencil brush, and this is the small blending brush. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna place the shade Happiness until like half of my under eye area, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take another pencil brush. This is from Kaleidos. It is called S5. It's a little bit thicker for a pencil brush, and I'm gonna go into Cherish, which is that creepy bumpy pastel shades that we use. And then I'm gonna finish the look by just placing it in the inner portion of my under eye, and with whatever I have, I will just blend the previously placed shade. Now I went ahead and I wanted to use again the Huda Beauty eyeliner, that is the lifeliner Quick and Easy, because like every time when I'm using it on my own time, I have a problem with it. This eye is the one that is like pretty watery, and in the inner portion when I'm placing the eyeliner, it always seeps into the creases of the eye, right? Because your eye has like, at least mine does, like some creases at the beginning, and that like black liner when I'm applying it, because it's a little bit liquidy, it immediately sips a little bit through. So today I was like extremely careful. It still did seep a little bit, but definitely you cannot place it really close to your waterline, because otherwise it will spread out like a network, unless you're trying to achieve that look. So let me apply the liner, and I'll be back in a second to show you the finished look. So see you in a bit. And basically that is the second look, guys. I did my eyeliner, I did my mascara, I put one coat of my mascara. The eyeliner is pretty decent, pretty same compared to the other one. Not perfect, but who is looking for perfection? Okay, let's go to look number 3. For my third and final look, I'm gonna go ahead and try to do a halo eye, and I'm just gonna work on my outer and inner corner with some of the darkest mattes that we have here. And first things first, to darken up this look and to bring it as dark as possible, I'm gonna go ahead and dip into Mantra. So in this moment, I'm just like placing it as usual, and I'm not blending it at all. And you don't really want to bring the shade high up to the brow bone, because you want to leave some space for blending. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing in the inner corner of my eye. So here, be even more gentle and just place the shade in the inner corner of the lid. And then for this part, when we're going towards the crease, you're just gonna start blending with whatever is left, just slightly. Because again, especially in the inner portion of this look, you don't wanna, or the inner portion of your crease, you don't wanna go too wild when you're blending those colors. And I'm gonna go into Happiness. I feel in every look I'm using this shade because it's really nice. So I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm using a smaller blending brush. It looks like a pencil, like a big pencil brush, right? But actually it's a blending brush from Wet n Wild. It is called P10. And I'm just gonna do the same thing. What I did before is I'm gonna just stamp this color 50% in the previous color and 50% out according to how big this brush is. So what I'm doing right now is just by stamping it this way, I'm already starting the blend within the previous color. And because we already did some blending, a little bit of blending on that dark color, you can see it's making this blending process really fast and easier. Okay, we're doing the same thing in the inner portion of the eye. Sorry about my cat. She's being a football player at this moment. She's chasing a ball made of aluminium wrapper from candy, actually from chocolate. Okay, and I'm gonna go into Radiant with another Eco Tool brush, blending a little brush, and I'm gonna bring this shade again 50% in the previous shade and 50% out. Okay guys, I'm gonna speed this process through. I'm gonna go through all the shades one more time in order to make them more pigmented and to blend them even better. Okay, and now we're gonna use the best tools that I can get, and that is my finger. And we're gonna go in this shade that doesn't look as impressive in the pan, but oh my god, I think it's my favorite. It is Empowered, which is this shade that doesn't seem as impressive in the pan that it does on your eyes. On your eyes is creating this like magical moment, and you will see it now hopefully. So I'm just gonna place this shade with my finger in the most inner portion of my eye, but I'm still gonna try to keep the middle empty and plain. And then I'm gonna try to blend this shimmer in the matte, the darkest matte that we've placed. And I'm not gonna go too high with it. I'm just gonna go a little bit to where that dark shade stops. I'm gonna go again with my finger, and I'm gonna go and take Cosmic Love. I'm gonna swirl between the dark and the light, and I'm gonna place it in the middle portion of my eye, and I'm gonna start blending it towards the previous shimmer. So now on my middle finger, I am taking Moon Magic. I'm gonna place this shade in the center of my lid on top of all the previously placed shades, and I'm gonna start bringing it upwards where that streak is supposed to be. Okay guys, I finished up the upper part of the eye, or the makeup look on the lid. I hope you like it so far, and I'll be back in a second after I finish the other side of my eye and after I finish my face makeup, so I can show you how to do the under eye. See you in a second. Okay, and for the under eye, I was keeping it pretty simple, as you can see. Simple. Basically, I took Mantra on the same brush that I used before, but only on the tip of the brush, because it's easier to control the placement of the eyeshadow. And then I placed it underneath my eye, or on my under eye, on the outer corner, and also on the inner corner of my eye, because I want to mimic whatever is happening on the lid. Then I'm gonna take another brush. This is pretty flat brush. This is the Kaleidos brush that is called S4. And I'm gonna take the happiness shade, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blend out the previously placed shade. I'm gonna take a tiny little brush that I'm gonna pick up that beautiful empowered shade on, and I am trying to smooth it out in order not to have any fallout, but still there is some fallout here. There's some glitter bukkake. Okay, so I'm gonna place this shade under my eyelashes. I'm gonna lift my lashes and just gonna gently press it on one of the sides, and then also on the other side as well. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my finger, and I'm not gonna go through all the shades that I took before. I'm just gonna go directly into Moon Magic and then blow on your finger in order to reduce the glitter fallout. Lift the lashes and then just stamp in the center of the under eye. Okay, so this is how the look looks with only mascara done. So you can compare between falsies and without falsies. I think you can wear it without falsies as well, but today I wanted to go for the full glam. So let me finish the look, and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on this palette once again after I've been using it for quite some time. Before we go ahead and end this video, I just want to say something about this palette, because I changed my mind a little bit. At first I was not so excited about it, then I was because of the shimmers, then again I was like, okay, but you only are creating the same look all over again, that is either mauve or a little bit of a pinky look, but you cannot get that neutral look if you wanted to for everyday type of look or for work. But at the same time, you can create something as close to a neutral look as possible, whatever you're gonna use precious, a touch of precious, and mostly radiant. As you can see from the title, I had a problem and an issue with this shade Cherish. I already showed you this look when I was doing the pinky look, and something about it bothers me so much because it has those bumps, and the service that was not provided to me, which was my right to exchange a palette that I paid for because I wanted to get a good product. But it's annoying that you're paying $67 and then they don't want to return this palette and give you a new one, you know. I sent them pictures, but they definitely were ignoring what I was asking for, and they were saying like, oh no, that is a shade that is supposed to look like that, because they thought that I was talking about the Love Stone shade, and I was like, I'm not talking about the glossy shade, I'm talking about the shade next to it, which is Cherish. I sent them pictures. I even in the picture I circled the shade that I was talking about. I sent them videos and everything, but they still ignored my request, and they said, oh, sorry, we cannot exchange this eyeshadow palette for you. Okay, and with that, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed all of the looks that are created for you with this palette. And if you're interested in content similar to this one, where I'm reviewing new products and I'm also trying to make interesting and creative looks using those products, like and subscribe. It is for free, and you will see more of this mess over here. Until next time, toodaloo. I was first thinking to go with the light baby pink color, but then at the end I was like, no, I want to make this look more